what is the cyber risk that your organisation holds? How do we manage that risk? Hi there, I'm James Sullivan. I'm the Director of Cyber Research at a London-based think tank called RUSI. We're a defence and security think tank, and my job is to focus on the key cyber public policy issues of our time, of which there are many. There's a number of threats facing society at the moment. I think the first threat that I can talk about that is still prevalent is ransomware. The threat from ransomware, we see, I think again this year, there's going to be a huge increase in ransomware attacks. It's something governments have to get a grip on, but also the private sector and wider society. Going into 2024, I think we've got a number of elections coming up, and this is very, very important. The relationship between cyber and elections, and this doesn't just mean cyber security, but also disinformation and misinformation. I think that's going to be a key priority for governments with so many elections coming up next year. As a defence and security think tank, I think we've got a very important role to convene and bring different stakeholders together. So stakeholders from government, stakeholders from the private sector, stakeholders from civil society. That's a very important role for a think tank. Sometimes a lot of organisations, governments, they work in silos. Our job is to bring them together. We also do three things at RUSI that I think are vital to our mission. First of all, we conduct research, and that's very important in an area like cyber, where we really do need an evidence base to understand this key public policy issue. Secondly, we run events to bring people together to discuss these issues. It's important to talk. But finally, and last but not least, education and awareness, and that's a core mission of a think tank. We have a mission to provide education and awareness to governments, to organisations, but to wider society at large. Right, when answering this question, I'm going to start small and then go big. So I think, the key questions, first of all, are, what is the cyber risk that your organisation holds? How do we manage that risk? And really having serious and credible cyber risk management strategies to manage that risk. But then we can go a little bit wider. You can think about your sector. What are the risks to my own sector? And that's important because you need to learn from what's happening with other organisations within your sector, really to have that proactive approach. So you can not just respond to incidents, but prepare for them before they happen. But I think the final bit, zooming out even further, is really just understanding the role of the private sector when it comes to cyber security in society. There's only so much that government can do. So really, we're talking about responsibility here. And all CEOs and leaders of organisations need to understand that it's their job to help with wider societal cyber resilience. So that's my pitch. And I think, the role of the private sector as responsible cyber actors is extremely important.